As I've said many times before, you don't think there's a big difference there, but you take these accelerated executive courses and it turns a $100,000 a year doctor brain into a $1 million doctor brain into a $4 million doctor brain. Having organization and having less stress is probably my biggest wins and how my practice has improved the most, other than volume, numbers, collections. I could give you numbers all day long, and I will if you want me to, but I think every single person that's watching this video goes, wow, if I was an executive, I was the owner of a practice and I joined the Business Academy, and the first thing that I got out of it was I don't stress anymore and I'm super on top of everything and I'm hyper organized, but it doesn't take me any more effort, I think would be the most valuable piece of that. My name is Dr. Michelle Wozniak. I've been a chiropractor for 12 years, owned my own practice for 10 in downtown Denver. And we are straight up chiropractic and physiotherapy. So going through the Business Academy program was incredible in the sense that it really taught me as an executive every single aspect of every single job, department, position in my office. So I became an expert at it. And that really helped me to identify when things were starting to slip or become problematic, and we could snap back and really turn it around. And that was hugely, hugely helpful in and of itself, and how to just organize a company, how to hire, how to onboard, train, fire, and really how to just grow from a patient volume perspective, whether it's getting new patients in or retaining patients. And that was great. And even if it stopped there, I would have still had massive success. But switching from the Business Academy program to then the 7th Division program, which is like the upper echelon, top tier docs in our company, it changed things way, way more. You are masterminding, you are getting $1 million ideas, you are rubbing shoulder to shoulder, listening to other executive issues and problems that they've had, how they fixed it. They're sharing their best practices. You get to share theirs. The camaraderie is amazing. But it just helps to open up my mind as to different possibilities that I had never even thought about, or if I had thought about them, had no rhyme or reason on the direction that I was going to have there. So I really feel like it catapulted me that much more, and doing these executive courses. And I feel like now I have my MBA as a result of being a part of TBA, or the Business Academy. What motivated me to choose the Business Academy over any other company, program, coaching firm was really the structure that they have in place and the whole idea of creating a staff-driven practice. I thought that I would have to work every single day for the rest of my life in order to make money and be sustainable, but they really said it shouldn't be based on the personality of the doctor. Just decide what kind of office and practice you want to have, and then we can train all of your staff on how to run that with you, and then how to run it for you, and then how to run it without you. And that was the number one deciding factor in choosing the Business Academy over anywhere else. It's really hard to narrow down just one favorite experience that I've had with the Business Academy. The best decision I ever made was joining the Business Academy, but my favorite experiences have always been the 7th Division Surf Camp Mastermind trip. Again, you're in this upper echelon tiered group of incredibly intelligent, successful, smart executives and business owners. So that's fun in and of itself. But to take these trips, bring your spouse, and be able to open up the floodgates when you're in a relaxed setting, and then the camaraderie and the fun that you have with that, bringing that back to the office. Every single time I've done a 7th Division international trip, I have grown my practice immediately, and that has been my favorite part. My practice definitely got better from joining the Business Academy and going through the courses. Number one, from a stress perspective. Ever since I joined, my stress levels have been so much lower. And it doesn't mean that I don't have stressful moments. It doesn't mean I have staff that don't show up or patients quit, but I have so many tools and resources that I'm never really stressed out like I used to be, because I know that I can turn something around quickly. I know I can hire, onboard, and train quickly. Even when I'm in a state of cope, when I'm busy running around doing it all myself, I have like the trainers, I have the coaches, and I have the systems. That has been the number one thing that has been most helpful for me, is just my stress level is low because my organization is high. The biggest change I've noticed since joining the Business Academy is just understanding that I don't have to do everything as the doctor and as the executive of my office. I thought in the past, prior to joining, that I had to do all the reports of findings, all the consultations, all the patient care, because that was my responsibility. But what the Business Academy taught me is you can delegate these things and still have the highest level of quality of care. You can still delegate these things and have a successful high volume practice without doing it all yourself. And that was huge for me. I didn't even know that was a thing. And ever since I implemented those things, I have time back. I have less stress in my life, and I've got higher successes. And I'm not only helping patients, but I've also now created these amazing career opportunities for my staff, and watching them flourish and watching them take on responsibilities and run my practice the way I wanted to, and them to be happy to do it, has been incredible. My future plans of maybe next 3 to 5 years as a result of being a client of the Business Academy is really to start going integrated. I always thought, if I'm a chiropractor, that's the only thing that I do, other than maybe some muscle therapies, some physical therapy. I thought that was our scope. But what I've learned with this company is you can expand your scope. You can do aesthetics, you can do weight loss, you can do decompression, you can do neuropathy, you can go integrated, stem cells. And I thought, well, how do you do that? But they have all the steps laid out. And so it's really expanded my mind to go, do I just want one big chiropractic practice? Do I want 2 or 3 big chiropractic practices? Or do I want that and go integrated, have aesthetics over here, weight loss over here, neuropathy over here? So that's the next 1 to 3 year goal. And I cannot wait to get there. Being a part of 7th Division, I'm already rubbing shoulders with my friends who are doing that now and utilizing the systems that the Business Academy has put in place for these integrated models. So it's almost a foolproof way to ensure that I can't fail at it and I can only have fun with it. So those are my future plans. Every single business professional or doctor that's within our Business Academy culture, universe, and program should automatically, if they're not thinking about it already, want to be in 7th Division. As I've said many times before, you don't think there's a big difference there, but you take these accelerated executive courses and it turns a $100,000 a year doctor brain into a $1 million doctor brain into a $4 million doctor brain. You're just not going to get that same level of higher thinking watching a YouTube video, going to a Tony Robbins seminar. You need to do it together, and that's what's really exciting about that.